Hello, and thanks for joining us again this week. This week, Montgomery County earned a AAA bond rating from all three rating agencies. It's an incredible accomplishment since only about 50 counties out of approximately 3,000 counties earned this recognition. And this year was a milestone as we earned a AAA from Moody's for the 50th consecutive year. Standard & Poor's and Fitch have also been rating Montgomery County with AAA for the last 48 and 33 years, respectively. The distinction means Montgomery County is a top-rated issuer of municipal securities and that our government has secured the highest credit rating possible by a local government. We achieved this rating due to our strong fiscal management policies that have held true even in the face of economic struggles brought on by things like the pandemic, inflation, supply chain issues, and staffing issues. Specifically, Moody's noted that we will, quote, continue to benefit from a dynamic and expanding economy, very affluent resident population, and a growing and highly educated workforce, unquote. Standard & Poor's wrote that the county, quote, has leveraged its very strong economic underpinnings to support its sound financial position and has historically maintained strong or very strong budgetary flexibility, unquote. While Fitch reported that Montgomery County, quote, demonstrated the capacity to absorb revenue losses during periods of an economic downturn and lauded our office for, quote, sound fiscal decisions to restore and enhance the county's financial cushion and operations during recovery periods. Our AAA bond ratings allow the county to sell long-term bonds for capital improvement projects at the most favorable rates, allowing us to maximize savings over the life of the bonds. Basically, this is the equivalent of the county having a perfect credit score, meaning that we can sell bonds and raise funds at lower interest rates, saving our taxpayers money. That means projects like a new library in Clarksburg or a new wellness center at the John F. Kennedy High School in Wheaton can be financed at lower interest rates. Improvements at Montgomery College, such as financing of the new East County campus, as well as our many infrastructure projects, can move forward and still cost us less. We are confident that we will have success in the upcoming bond sale due to these rating agencies' reports. I want to thank our Department of Finance, Management and Budget, and all the financial stewards throughout the county government on earning us this achievement for 5 decades in a row and counting. This week I attended the opening of the new AC Hotel by Marriott in downtown Bethesda. This hotel at the intersection of Wisconsin Avenue and Montgomery Street was formerly the 2nd District Police Headquarters. You'd never know that now, after extensive work and a beautiful redesign inside and out, it's home to more than 200 new hotel rooms, thousands of square feet of conference space, and an exciting new dining option for hotel visitors and Bethesda regulars. Montgomery County is proud to be the corporate headquarters and home to Marriott, and we're thankful for their continued investments in our county's hospitality industry. Montgomery County has nearly a $2 billion tourism industry, hiring thousands of workers. The new AC Hotel is welcome news for this economic center. The county's hotel occupancy rate has rebounded from 9% at the worst of the pandemic to almost 80% today. Another good sign of the economic strength of our county. It's that time of year when students, parents, and teachers are preparing to return to the classroom. This week I met with Dr. McKnight and was impressed by the school system's preparation efforts. I offered my continued support, and I'm confident that we'll have a safe and productive school year. The really good news is that they are very rapidly closing the staffing gap that had many people concerned. This is important for the successful opening of our schools, and I appreciate their all-out effort at recruitment for these essential positions. The learning loss from the pandemic is still impacting our students, and I was pleased that our FY23 budget was able to provide record funding to MCPS for their staffing, resources, and technology that is needed to help all of our students thrive. I encourage all MCPS parents and students to please participate in the upcoming back-to-school fair at Westfield Wheaton on Saturday, August 27th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This free event is an opportunity for families to learn about the school system as well as county programs and services. We will also be providing a free COVID-19 vaccination clinic, COVID rapid tests, and critical information for the health and safety of our students and their families. Any parent preparing for back-to-school shopping will understand the value of saving money even while spending it on essentials. That's why Maryland has brought back tax-free school shopping, which runs this Saturday, August 20th. Parents will automatically save the 6% sales tax that the state usually collects on clothes and shoes for children. That tax break is good for the first $100 spent on the school attire. Parents will also get a sales tax break on the first $40 they spend on backpacks. I also want to encourage everyone to take advantage of the tax-free holiday to buy at local stores and shops when they can. For every $100 spent at a locally owned business, 73 remains in the local economy. Compare that to the same $100 spent at a non-locally owned business where only $43 remains in the local economy. Happy shopping, and shop in the right places. Monkeypox is something that's been on our radar since May. Residents who believe that they've been exposed to monkeypox because they're showing red, itchy sores, and pimple-like bumps should contact their healthcare provider or a community provider such as an urgent care center. Those without a healthcare provider can also call the Disease Control Program at 240-777-1755. We remain limited in our response due to the nationwide shortage of vaccines, which can be used pre- and post-exposure. We've been in contact with patients that the state tells us have tested positive and their close contacts through contact tracing. We're currently building a pre-registration list that's now got close to 2,500 names attached, so that when more vaccines become available, we can quickly contact people who've expressed interest in getting the 2-dose regimen. To pre-register for this vaccine, please visit montgomerycountymd.gov/MPX. This upcoming Monday, August 22nd, the County Health Department leaders will be hosting the first in a series of virtual town halls focusing on monkeypox, also known as MPX. It will cover prevention, treatment, and clearing up misinformation that's been linked to the latest community health threat. Attendees will also have a chance to ask questions and share concerns about MPX. The event can be seen live on Montgomery County's Facebook page, on County Cable Montgomery, and if you miss it, we'll have a replay of the entire event available soon after. We hope you join us for this important town hall. As for COVID-19, our community level status has been right on the line between medium and high for the last 4 weeks. We've now dropped below 200 cases per 100,000, but our hospitalization rates remain nearly the same, around 10%. These numbers are encouraging, but the lag in people getting their boosters remains a problem. Our data has shown that vaccination and vaccination plus getting the boosters makes a difference in outcomes for people who get COVID. And that's a big concern, knowing that Omicron is capable of infecting people who have been both vaccinated and boosted with much greater frequency than earlier variants. But while it may not provide absolute protection against getting COVID, it has a positive impact on reducing the severity of COVID and the death rate from COVID. If you're unvaccinated, you are 4 times more likely to catch COVID and 4 times more likely to be hospitalized than people who are vaccinated and boosted. And for people who avoided the initial vaccines because of their concerns over how the mRNA vaccines were produced, we now have the vaccine from Novavax that is produced in a traditional way. Seeing our case rates drop ahead of the school year is good news. We learned last week that the CDC will no longer require students exposed to someone with COVID-19 to be quarantined if they are not showing any signs or symptoms. Additionally, our school system is currently recommending a mask-optional approach as we start the school year. But if cases arise in school or outbreaks are identified in schools, MCPS will retain the option of implementing their own face mask recommendations per class or campus-wide. Our Health and Human Services Department has been meeting with school leaders, and they're encouraging every family to take advantage of the county's vaccination opportunities from now until the start of the school year to make sure all your kids are up to date on their COVID vaccinations and boosters. It not only helps them protect themselves from getting severely sick, but it also helps our community as well by limiting the potential for community spread of COVID among the teachers, students, and school staff. We've seen through this pandemic that the COVID can hurt us physically, can be a mental drain, and has the power to hurt us financially as well. It's why this week we've held instructional webinars for business leaders who are looking to take advantage of the retail business rental assistance. Montgomery County is making $2 million available through a small business grant program named to business owners struggling with what is likely their largest overhead expense, rent. This grant is open to locally based businesses that must have a physical location or locations only in the county, local businesses with the majority of its payroll going to Montgomery County workforce, or 50% of business gross sales within the county would also qualify. Shops with $500,000 or less in annual revenue prior to the COVID-19 health crisis qualify. Retail or service-related businesses, a commercial lease in the county is required. The business must also be able to demonstrate a revenue loss due to the health crisis. The funding for this grant is from the Small Business Rental Assistance Program. Restaurants, medical practices, and professional services, religious organizations, and licensed child care programs are not eligible for this round of the grants. Applications will be taken starting September 1st. If you're a business owner or know a small business that could possibly benefit, please help us spread the word of this opportunity. For more information, visit ledc.org/small_biz_rental_assistance_phase_2. Before I go, I want to remind everyone that the Montgomery County Fair is winding down. This week I went out to the fair's annual luncheon and had an incredible meal and enjoyed catching up with our ag community. Montgomery County is home to 558 farms, and our ag industry employs more than 10,000 people while contributing nearly $300 million to our economy. The agricultural fair is a wonderful opportunity to get to know these farmers, learn about their important work. This Saturday will be the final day of festivities. I hope you're able to visit the fair before it closes. Have a great week, and see you again next week.